Hey everybody, Drew Rebar, Auditing Reno 911. Thanks for watching my videos. Today I went to a Washoe County Commissioners meeting and it was shut down for about an hour. So I'm going to show you a bunch of footage that you cannot see on the county's YouTube page because, well, County Chairman Commissioner Alexis Hill shut down the meeting and turned off the cameras because I guess she doesn't want you to see this. And police were called, sheriff's deputies came in, whole bunch of them, and well, watch what happens, see if somebody gets arrested or, yeah, crazy stuff in our times. You thought you had a First Amendment right to freely speak to your government. You thought you had a First Amendment right. You thought you had a constitutional right to petition those that you've elected, but not here in Washoe County with Commissioner Alexis Hill, and she is up for re-election this November, so I would urge you to vote against her and look into Marcia Burke-Bigler and see what she stands for and see if you do want to vote for her. Anyways, here you go. Enjoy the show.
First up is Nicholas St. John, followed by Terry Brooks.
Go ahead. Okay, for the record, Nicholas St. John, a living and breathing man. Today, I'm bringing this information to you concerning an election from 2020 between Marcia Burke-Bigler and Alexis Hill. Well, I'm going to present here on the overhead, so I need the camera to be from the back angle so that everyone who is out there can see the overhead. So if you could please have them switch it to the rear view so they can see this. This is the last half of the race. This is considered normal voting patterns. You need to switch to the rear view camera, please. They've been instructed to return back to the rear view so everybody can see this. As you can see, this is normal patterns. Alexis Hill, you need to make them have this from the review. This needs to be published and then it needs to be sent out. Are you going to do that or not? Review, return, do this from the rear?
Yes, please go ahead and we can pause the clock. DA Canderas.
Thank you. You may proceed. We can see it here in chambers.
No, I want this broadcast. It's my right to have this.
We can start the clock again.
No, stop the clock. I want my time returned.
You may proceed.
No, you're going to stop the clock. Stop the clock and restart it with giving my time back. I want this broadcast publicly. You do not have the right, you're in violation of your oath of office by denying me my First Amendment rights for freedom of speech that's going to the public.
Mr. St. John, please proceed with your public comments. You don't.
No, I do have the authority, and you guys are in violation of my rights. Is everybody clear on that?
Mr. St. John, you are at the point of disrupting this meeting.
You're disrupting this meeting. You're disrupting my time.
Mr. St. John, please proceed.
You see, this is what happens when the votes are actually switched inside the machines. This is about 12,000 votes out of the 53,000 in the second phase. Guys, this is what election fraud looks like. This is what cheating looks like, and we demand that you remove these machines. And I will be filing charges against Queen Tyrant Hill for violating my First Amendment rights, disruption of my time, and stealing my time that I'm allotted.
Madam Clerk.
Terry Brooks.
Thank you.
That was Terry Brooks, followed by Troy Regas.
Good morning, it's me, Terry Brooks again. And by the way, an ASL.
Mr. Brooks, I'm sorry, we're gonna pause the time.
Okay.
DA Canderas.
Mr. St. John, could you please be seated?
Is there something against the law that I can't stand here?
Mr. St. John, this is a business meeting, this isn't a political.
I'm not interfering with it. Go ahead and do your business.
Argument, and I'm not going to argue with you.
Do your business, I'm not interfering.
Mr. St. John, please sit down.
Why,
Thank
does
you
this
so
bother
much.
you?
I would ask.
You don't have the right to tell me
You
where to
don't
sit
get to
or
try to
stand.
intimidate this board. Please sit down, Mr. St. John.
No, I
Thank
will
you.
not. You do not have the authority to override my right to stand where I
Mr.
want.
St. John, I don't want to ask you to leave because I know you want to enjoy this meeting. Please sit down. Mr. St. John, okay, you'll need to leave this meeting, sir. And you can walk out. Thank you so much.
I'll stay.
Thank you for your time today.
No, I'll stay.
Okay, we're going to take a recess. Thank you very much.
I would ask that all commissioners leave the chambers in accordance with the rules of the PCC. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now on a break.
You work for us.
This is the free speech zone, Nicholas, that isn't.
Yes, it is. This whole chamber, any place I want to stand, I can
Of
stand.
course.
Right.
That's right. They think they run the show.
We work for them.
They work for us. They work for us. We elected them to work for us.
Right, that makes sense.
Because we all have to stand up for our rights.
That's right, it's time to stand up for our rights.
All of us are here to stand up for us.
That's right.
Hello.
Let's all go stand
I have,
up.
I'm at the chambers and I've been threatened to be removed by force. Yes, I am. I have been threatened. It's a violation of the NRS Code 207.190, coercion. 1001 East 9th Street. It's the chambers of the County Commission building. 775
This is free space.
772 6467.
Rule that says we have to sit down. What are you guys afraid of?
Alexis Hill. Alexis Hill. No, I live here. No, I don't live at the commission chambers. I live in the county. Yes. I'm visiting this building. Hill. Alexis, Alexis. No, she's run off the stage because she's afraid, and so I can't do the citizen's arrest based on 171.126 because it's a felony to threaten to remove someone and intimidate them to keep them from doing something they have a legal right to do. Well, she's running off the stage. She's off the platform.
Yeah, we're waiting on Washoe.
She was. Yep. Removal. Physical removal from this facility. Yes. She's the county commission chair. Well, there's several security people standing around me, so, well, I wouldn't say I'm an immediate threat of danger, but who knows what happens can escalate in the next minute.
Does this happen every commission? First off the top, how long did this delay last?
I have no visibility. It depends on when the charge. That's okay.
I can stand anywhere in these chambers I want.
Who's he on the phone with?
I don't know who's.
Sheriff's Department?
I don't know. It would sound like it.
Does the sheriff have legal standing here in this county commission at all?
It's a county building, so the sheriff's office does have jurisdiction over it. So sheriff's office will come, they'll assess the situation, and they'll make a decision based on knowledge.
Someone remember what she was wearing?
And I was going to skip the meeting today. I was going to skip the meeting today.
Yeah. Gotta call work.
John S.G. Smith, J.A.N. No, they take everything from us when we walk into the chamber.
You got a little window up there. I never noticed that before. That's Mary Canderas, I think, staring out at everybody.
Yep.
Trying to zoom in on there. Yes, there's a little window up there. That's the attorney for the county, Mary Canderas, up in that window.
But an interesting correlation is the first 3 years when Roe versus Wade was enacted in the States, on the Jubilee of that, COVID started, and the same amount of time or that COVID was, in that same time period that abortion was going on, the first couple years, the same amount of people died from abortion as COVID. And when Roe versus Wade was overturned, COVID stopped essentially in the United States. In that book.
That's an interesting correlation.
Yeah, Josiah Manifesto.
Things you think about.
By Jonathan Kahn. I read it when I got back from Israel. I was in Israel when the war broke out.
For October 6th. Was October 6th.
Yeah, and I was supposed to leave like 2 days.
October, I can't remember. January 6th, October 6th.
No, it was October 6th, yeah. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. And that war broke out on a jubilee of the Yom Kippur War, 50 years to the day. And I thought that was just kind of like a plan by the Palestinians, but it was probably an act of God at this point, based on because when I got back, I read the Josiah Manifesto, and there's all these Jubilee things that he was writing about. I was like, whoa. And I blew my shofar on the Jubilee, and he writes about shofars and stuff in that book. I'm like, what? And it turns out he went to the same place as I did. But anyway.
Where did you go?
I went all over the country. I was there for like 3 months doing volunteer work. It was just, I would,
Have a reason why it couldn't be, his information couldn't be broadcast from the room? We'd like a reason. Are you going to give us one? Was he required? Well, the First Amendment does.
Why are we more worried about policies and procedures than the Constitution?
Why are we trying to hide
Did you
this?
take an oath to the Constitution or policies and procedures?
Yeah, and it feels like this body is trying to hide that information from the general public. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure what he's asking for is that the public can't see that screen. And he wanted the public to see that screen. That's all I know about the situation. And I'm standing here going, why not?
I don't run. Okay, so I don't, right
Well,
now,
you're the attorney.
let's talk
You're the
about
city manager. You have some say in this. Oh,
He's actually the county.
I believe.
So I'll consider this and see what I can find out about it, but right now I don't want to discuss it. Thank you.
Because here's the question. Wouldn't it be easier to be transparent and give people their rights as opposed to creating conflict?
Wouldn't it be better?
Enjoying
We
the
would
show?
be halfway through the public comment by now. You know? except for the obstruction.
I mean, yeah, think about it.
I don't even know why he's speaking.
Public
frankly,
comment
other than this
that
is
the county
outrageous.
wants to cover up as opposed to just letting somebody have their word and broadcasting it to the public so the public can make decisions. It's not an argument, it's just a question.
I'm not going to argue with you or ask you questions at this time. I want to deal with one situation at a time, and frankly, it does not feel like we're trying to intimidate.
How is this intimidation? I'm just standing here with the camera.
Peppering me with questions and making attacks.
Oh, there we go.
What-
Now it's turned into a.
What was the attack? Could you define the attack?
Now we're attacking.
How is asking a question, you accuse me of attacking you? I just want to know where that's at. The county's done that before. There's lots of videos about that. So define the attack, please, because I just stand here with the camera. That's all I do. So you're afraid of the camera. That's really what it is? You're afraid of the transparency. See, the reason I don't give a shit is because I don't care. I'm accountable for what I
I'm allowed to
say.
ask questions?
So define the attack. You accuse me of making attack. What's the attack?
They stole my time. That's the technical definition of stealing my time. I have
Didn't I just simply ask you if you took an oath to the Constitution, and should you uphold that above your policies? Is that an attack, or is that just a question?
That didn't say a word.
It seems to me you're attacking me. That seems the flip around right there. That seems like gaslighting. Talk about gaslighting. Accuse somebody of doing something you're doing. That's really what you do, isn't it, Mary?
I'm standing here because I can stand anywhere in this, and they said, no, I have to sit down, and then she threatened to remove me. There is, I call 911. So I want to place her under citizen's arrest. 171.126 says, yes, because it's coercion. NRS code 207.190 says it's a crime to threaten to remove someone when they have a legal right to do it. They have a legal right to stay. And you're questioning her Alexis. So maybe there's a conflict.
Well, which, it's the last race.
Yeah, the 2020 election.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I have a right to present that.
Right.
And she kept it from being broadcast.
Right. And hopefully I'll get to see some of that on the video. And that, I won't be, I guess,
You
the
won't
video I won't be able to see.
You won't see it, that which was the whole point.
You can watch it on
Did
my.
you catch it? Yeah.
You can watch it on my channel.
Okay, thanks, Drew.
It's out there right now.
Is it Drew Rebar, like on Instagram or Facebook or?
It's Auditing Reno 911 on YouTube.
Oh, great.
Who are you?
I'm Jim Rutenberg, New York Times.
Jim, nice to meet you.
Writes for the magazine, and I've talked about election integrity.
911, yeah. I might follow up with you too. It seems I've been watching the old meetings. So, and then what's been going on.
Well, no, I zoomed in on the board up there
So
because
you'll have the board.
I've got the board.
Great.
I didn't get to explain it very well, but when you see it, unless someone has a frontal lobotomy, they're going to have to say there was cheating here, because I started with what normal voting patterns look like, and then I showed two instances where it ran up to 45% lead, then doing below 35%, and then it went over.
And right now, what do you think is going to happen? Like you called the sheriff.
I called the sheriff.
And then there's sheriff, and there are also officers here, so.
There's no officers here.
There's peace officers.
Yeah, they're higher security. They can't touch me.
So how does this resolve right now?
Nothing until the sheriff gets here. They're going to try to have me trespass. That's what she'll do. But I'll call charges.
All right, well, I have your number. I'll be watching.
A safe place.
My doctor's contract. Yeah, I overheard Drew talking to the New York Times.
New York Times. You got the New York Times here, Mary. transparency. That's all the public wants. Why doesn't Washoe County government give it to us? Or is that an attack? Like I said, I just ask questions. You accuse me of attacking, so I take that personally. You know, County Manager Brown, I did a video on that the other day where KUNR, Bert Johnson, that got published. It's got a couple thousand views already. You know, when they accused me of injuring a librarian, which librarian did I ever injure? Could you find out, Jeannie, I love you. If I know they probably won't tell you, but I'd really like to know who I injured since they accused me of injuring people. Sucks to make up false stories, doesn't it? Especially when the guy records everything he does. I'm accountable. Hey guys, you can email me, you can call me. I respond, and if you don't like what I do, make sure you tell me. See how I did that? If they don't like what you do, they'll email you too. Keep your government accountable, people. That's what this channel is for. Accountable government. That's all that we want. The Constitution above all. Liberty, freedom.
The right to stand where you want to at a meeting.
And the right to speech. The right to petition your government. That's really what they want to take away from you, is the right to petition your government. So whether you agree with somebody's politics or don't agree with them, everybody should have the same right.
Salmon?
No. Stop it. My wife likes Dunkin' Donuts, so we stopped to get coffee.
Have you been to Doughboys?
No, we'll get almost anything at Dunkin'. That's our favorite coffee.
So right now we're just waiting on the sheriffs to show up, it sounds like.
This is the right thing to do.
If you don't stand up for your rights, you lose your rights.
That's right. I want to be frustrated about that. I'm not going to. It's a good thing. Although we should be slightly frustrated, just that it's happening, right?
I think that if you look across the country, if you look across the county, if you look across these cities, the people have lost their rights. And the government's taking control, and the money's going to huge corporations, and people are living in squalor, and all the money is getting diverted. How much money do we spend on that homeless campment? With a why do you need a 4-story parking garage at a homeless camp? That's what we got.
Right.
Think about it, 4-story parking garage for the homeless. Where did all that money go? Who got it? Whose pocket is it padding? And everybody watching, this is Commissioner Jeannie Herman. She's awesome. I put it out there for you, Judy. I did. I did, and this is broadcast live, so I've got a picture of this, and then I've got this. This is just a static recording. Well, they can't take this one away from me. And like I said, this one, it got uploaded live onto YouTube, so the numbers are up there. And the public can see if they want to go look. And county employees have tried to take my YouTube videos down before. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, what's your name? Who's that library manager at North Valley's? Jonna? Or I forget her name. but she was filing privacy complaints on my videos because I was showing her face and showing her county email address. And she wanted them down. She filed like 3 or 4 privacy complaints trying to get the videos removed.
I have never seen in writing where I had to leave the room.
Well, Chairman Hill doesn't, you're a commissioner like she is. She doesn't get to order you what to do. And like I said, there is no rule that I've ever seen in the county that says when the chairman says you gotta leave, all the other commissioners gotta leave their constituents. She just told you gotta leave your constituents. It's a crazy world. Thanks for voting the way you do, Jeannie.
I know that, but like, do you know what the time frame by chance? I just want to do that and go home. That's it. Hey, Drew.
How you doing?
I'm sorry. No, don't be sorry.
One Bible study,
Yeah, so I'm not sure what this one.
and they are really deep dive into the political sphere. And then we have another Bible study. I call them just pass us through
the resolution, then we have
The resolution will be public. We're going to read the resolution into the motion, so it's public. It will be public.
Well, and here's the deal. If he's writing a story on Washoe County, why wouldn't you want him to have his numbers?
You were there yelling and screaming, huh?
Yeah, I'll just give it to him.
Why?
So I got
I
an extra
mean,
one.
I see no reason. He's doing a story on Washoe County. We don't care what other county. We are a swing county of Nevada. I would want him.
Yeah, I'll just give him one, because I got an extra.
Oh, good.
I'm telling these guys, it was like the sanctuary trial in the 1980s. I sat next to the New York Times.
Marcia, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. I want to put it out there. We're on live on YouTube.
Oh,
I got a little YouTube channel. Anyways, everybody that lives in Washoe County that can vote for Marcia Burke-Bigler, vote for Marcia Burke-Bigler.
Please.
As opposed to Chairman Hill that just shut down the meeting for free speech.
And we won't have this problem again when I'm on this commission.
So let's elect Marcia Burke-Bigler.
Thank you.
That's what I got for you. I endorse you, Marcia.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
The military compound. That's as of yesterday, Aurora, Colorado. Her name is Savannah Hernandez.
Well, then they make extra money on the towing.
Hey,
Among other things.
Hey,
remember what kind of company I own?
yeah, I'm being recorded.
You're on Candy County.
I am. I'm a small businessman that owns a towing company, and they're talking about towing companies.
This is in Aurora, Colorado. He's talking about how they tow things around the block and then they re-tow it
They
again.
blocked the whole apartment complex. They ringed it
Oh, have they?
with busted up cars with no license plates.
It's crazy.
That's the migrants, right?
So this has been going on in Aurora
Venezuela
long
migrants.
before last month.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crime, you know, I just, nonstop crime with all these migrants.
Yep, it's nuts. So anyways, those of you that haven't been watching, we're waiting for the Washoe County Commission meeting to restart. It was stopped because the chairman of the county commission, Alexis Hill, denied a man his free speech rights and wouldn't broadcast or publish his public comments and his photos and his graphs. So that's what we're waiting for.
Real simple.
Blatantly, I might add.
So we've been waiting for a while, and here's my guess, I'll just put this out there. We're waiting for the sheriff to show up. The sheriff doesn't know what to do because right now, if they screw with them too much, they can get sued. In the state of Nevada, there is no qualified immunity. In the state of Nevada, there is a cause of action.
And I think there's been a little learning at the recent library commission meetings, but I'm not certain.
There's somebody else that's suing them or going to file it pretty darn soon. So I don't know who that is. Probably me.
The water is rising, the tide is rising in Washoe County. I thought we were a swing county, but we're a mega swing county.
Are we having fun? We're having lots of fun. And the sheriff doesn't quite know what to do, I'm guessing that's why it's taking him so long. They might be busy. You never know. Showing up for a county commissioners meeting where the chairman calls the sheriff and the sheriff takes how long to show up? Could be there's no qualified immunity anymore in Nevada, and that could have an effect. Excuse me.
And then they get credit towards their degree, and we get.
No, I wasn't even. How's it going?
Life is good, as long as you wake up.
I woke up this morning, that's true.
And then you came here.
I did. And then I came here.
To see this.
I debated on going to the PUC this morning instead.
Yeah, I saw that. I was thinking of going to the PUC, but that I don't know if that would have been
It's already set in stone already, because it sounds like they're denying their rate increase, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, today they're voting to deny the rate increase.
I think you posted they were going to raise it like $2.
I remember you saying.
Yeah, because I went to the last PUC, but they don't stream it. Remember I mentioned that to you.
Yeah.
They don't stream it.
Yeah. And then I got some phone calls about something that would happen here. It was obviously right. Because I was going to go to the PUC and just go watch that just because that's just such a shit show.
Right. Well, and it's close to the That's where I was like, let's go to the PUC. And like, no. Told me to come here instead this morning.
Accountable government. That's all we want.
Make sure you get that, because that means citizens can even stand in the chambers.
Gotta love Terry Brooks.
Terry deserves one of those seats. Terry deserves one of those seats. Commissioner Brooks. Sounds good.
So again, everybody, we're here at the Washoe County Commission meeting that's been stopped because Chairman Alexis Hill wanted to deny free speech instead of just allowing a man to speak and share his documents with the public. And what his documents was related to the election where Chairman Hill was elected to the county commission against Marcia Burke-Bigler, and the discrepancies in the numbers from year to year and how that election was apparently skewed by the numbers. And she didn't want that shared with the public. So you can go back into this broadcast, and earlier in this, you'll see where I posted his graphs, and see what you think of his graphs, if they make sense to you. But we've probably been waiting about 30 minutes for the Washoe County Sheriff to show up to try to deal with this. They've got Allied Security here, and they're doing a good job. They're not laying hands on anybody. And I'm guessing the Sheriff's Department doesn't know quite what to do with it. Because in Nevada, there is no qualified immunity, so if the sheriff screws up, they can get sued.
to see you.
All right.
I do, sir.
How you doing?
Worked it in and out. The register wouldn't tell you.
I'm just hanging out with the camera.
Oh, yeah. You know, like I told Nick, what exactly was so unrealistic? Show the people watching publicly what I'm putting up here? Like, oh, yeah, that's extreme.
Well, when I was bringing in my signs, Queen Tyrant Hill, they would change the camera angle. 71 violations every time they changed my camera angle to keep QueenTyrantHill.com.
So you couldn't see the signs?
Yeah. And so when I came up to the front, they would do it from the side, and then when I turned to the side, then they come from the back.
Well, since when did it become, if you wanted to stand up there for 3 minutes with a sign, when did it become, unless you're saying like, fuck you, when did it become their job to say, well, this sign's okay, not this? Where's it say that?
And the little sign she's got out front, they keep me from bringing in my 18 by 24 inch sign. Since when does this First Amendment say you can bring size? Because of the tyrant.
Yeah.
She didn't like and they said, oh no, it's content neutral. Okay, content neutral. It didn't become content neutral ever because, well, there's some cases that say content neutral, but it has to be content neutral. And the only reason she put those signs out there is because I was the only one bringing in a sign that said Queen Tyrant Hill. That's not content neutral.
Brown goes for days.
He does.
Nothing.
Yeah. More fentanyl for you and your wife.
Yeah, right. More drunk driving. Those videos were so great. Did you ever watch those?
Yeah.
Oh,
but I heard about it.
Oh my gosh, they were good. Yeah. Shows them knocking back a bunch of drinks and going and getting in the car.
Yeah, when I come in, I always want her to wonder what is he going to do.
Yeah, we want her to sweat it. No, well, you know what troubles me?
How many do they need?
What would keep Mike?
Oh, here we go. The sheriffs are here, so let's see what happens, guys.
Nicholas St. John, and your badge numbers? Okay. What's going on? Okay, so the First Amendment right is that we can come in here and present our petitions, right? So I tried to do that, and it was about something that Alexis Hill, who's the chair here, apparently doesn't like. And so instead of giving me the view that I requested, which is from the back, so that the public can see this, then she would not do that. So they stole my time. They would not restart the clock. And when I got done, I decided I would stand here, and she did not like that. So she, my First Amendment right says I can stand anywhere in these chambers I want. Standing here does not disrupt a meeting. They disrupted the meeting by continuing repeatedly telling me I couldn't stand here. That's a violation of my First Amendment rights. I can stand anywhere in this auditorium I want. So she decided that she would call. So first she threatened to remove me, which is a violation of NRS Code 207.190 coercion. It is a crime to threaten or intimidate someone with physical removal from the facility. Okay, NRS Code, it's a Class B felony. So, being that it was a felony in progress, you need to arrest her. I'm telling you, I'm committing a citizen's arrest according to 171.126, violation of felony against me. Are you guys going to arrest her? I place her under citizen's arrest.
We're going to investigate and take appropriate action. So.
Okay.
Well, the starting point was even more ridiculous. He was just showing a graph of people who speak, and he said they have a camera that can either prevent people from seeing that or allow. And he said, I want that camera turned on so people at home can see it. And the effort was there to just refused.
Okay. So your initial, you were given, it's 3 minutes, correct?
Well, they stole most of it because they wouldn't give me the camera angle I asked for.
So do you want to explain? So there's a way to see here in the auditorium, and there's a way to broadcast publicly. They wouldn't broadcast publicly.
Yeah.
And he requested, will you please broadcast this publicly?
And keep us time on. I mean, they were aggravating the situation.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So.
Is his body cam on?
They're all on.
Okay. Because I want that video.
I'd be able to request the Freedom of Information Act, just like everyone else.
Okay.
All right. So you were given your time to speak, but you were unhappy with the camera angle because it wouldn't broadcast in a manner that you believe everyone would be able to see it, is that correct?
Not that I believe everyone could see it. I know because I have my phone on watching it, and they would not change it from the front view to the back view where it would be broadcast through the TV and through live stream. And then, standing here, everybody here, was I disrupting the meeting by just standing here? Anybody? Okay, so I can stand anywhere I want. The fact that it bothers her is not my issue. To threaten me to remove me from here is my issue, and that's a violation of NRS Code 207.190, coercion. You cannot threaten to remove someone for a right they have a right to do.
He wasn't vulgar, he wasn't disrespectful.
Nicholas, do you have your ID on?
Unless I'm involved in a crime, I'm not gonna give you my ID.
You're alleging a crime that we're investigating right now.
Hmm?
So NRS 171.123 is, we're quoting NRS.
Right.
And thanks, sir. Watch it, 261, what code for? And you were just standing up here, you weren't crawling over the railing, being disruptive, being loud.
Tape was showing.
And I didn't say anything until she said something to me.
You did get it, man. Just hang tight for us, all right, sir?
I think it
You gotta love your free speech, right?
He's a politician. Did you get it?
Oh, yeah. Looks like it's still going. People are still commenting.
Well, it's enough already. But see, I don't understand. Why would Mike and Johnny be standing right here saying we disagree with this ruling, just like she was, she had the right. Aren't they saying anything?
I know. So we should go ask him.
I can't talk. I can't.
Mike doesn't like me. He says he does, but actually speaks.
I wrote to him, I said, we only thought we got rid of Bob Lucy. Yeah.
County Manager Brown, couldn't this whole thing have been just real simple if you just let the man talk? Think about it. If he just done his 3 minutes, you put his stuff up there, and he would have gone and sat down, and none of this would have happened, right?
It's on Bill all the way, 100%.
Am I being wrong? That if the government had just let the man have his free speech, his 3 minutes?
Info, not getting anything back. Is it okay if I just use your license with your?
This is my ID. Well,
Yeah.
It's not
I'm
my
not
fault it
getting.
doesn't come
I'm not
back.
gonna. But if you don't want to provide it,
I mean, why do you need it? I'm not
to get a
the one-
proper return.
Get a proper return.
Yeah, with your info. It's
Well, how about if I
what we
give you
do.
my name and you can take my email address and that'll be sufficient?
Why are you getting Alexis?
No. So your last name is just spelled that way, right? Okay. I'm just not getting any returns, but it's okay.
Well, this is a legitimate.
Yeah, I know. It's a passport ID card. I mean, I don't have one, but I know it's legit. Usually, when we ask people, they just give IDs,
Mm.
Nevada ID or a license.
Yeah. Well,
Click a return that way.
my last interface with you, not with you, but with the sheriff. They stopped me and had eventually gave me $1,200 worth of fines because I was traveling and they didn't like the way I was traveling.
Just give me a minute. I'll talk to my partner.
We can resolve this if you just have her, I will come up and redo my presentation. I want 3 minutes. I want the camera from the back, and I want a public apology from her for threatening to throw me out of the meeting. We can resolve this very easily. That's all.
I didn't bring it up.
Something easy.
Let me go see what.
So you work for the New York Times or the magazine or which?
Both. This is for the magazine.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been tracking sort of the fights over elections.
How long have you been doing journalism?
30 years. Wait, 92? A little more.
You should send them the Beth Smith videos.
Yeah.
We have.
I think I've seen, has that been presented here?
No.
I've been watching some of the public comments. Oh, okay, I'm not paying attention.
Do I have your email on that card?
Yes, and my cell phone.
Yeah, I published a video where Beth Smith is endorsing LGBTQ and allowing males in female bathroom or female locker rooms and they're naked.
Is this when, because I've noticed you've referenced going to, in these meetings, you've referenced going to the school board.
I've only been to the school board a couple times. I've been more library in this, and
Right.
you know how it is. You only have so much time, and there's so many stories to tell.
We've been
noticed that you guys
maligned in the paper and the library board meetings. We were protesting peacefully the drag queen story hours and publicly funded libraries. Right. So the last one in June, they've gone, all the media here has said we were violent. He has tons of video, I have tons of video, other people have
Is that on your
tons of video.
You gave me your website. Is that on your Facebook page?
And I have a YouTube channel too. I don't have all their video, but I store my videos there.
What is
They
it?
have videos as well. None of theirs has been produced. They call us violent. They were violent.
What's your YouTube channel?
Concerned residents of Washoe.
Were all of you pretty active? Like you said you got active in 2020 more. Drew, were you active?
Well, I'm not a protester. I simply record and document.
Right. But like showing up at meetings and talking and.
It's been a few years now. I'd have to go back and look. What started me off was I run a business, and a cop came into my business and seized my papers and told me he's got the right to do it because I'm in business. Well, we get to examine your papers. You can,
what kind of business is it?
I own a towing company. I mean, I'm like a journalist nowadays, not the most popular guy.
So everyone needs a tow. What do you mean? I don't know about that.
Nobody ever wants to call you for my business. Nobody ever wants to have
No,
you
right.
have to.
You're never happy when you're.
You're never happy when you
That's
need
true.
my business. You're having
That's true.
You're having a shitty day. Let's just say it.
That's true. Almost always.
You know, whether
Unless you
you-
have a Porsche or something. Yeah.
Well, no, then you're still having a shitty
Yeah,
day
that's
because
true.
your life is interrupted. If you need
Right.
if you need me, it's not what you wanted to do.
Right.
Regardless of the circumstance.
So that kind of got you kind of interested in what was going on in town a little more.
It got me interested in my perception of what we were all told growing up, how laws are made, our constitutional rights. And here I have a cop telling me that he's going to come into my business and seize all of my papers because I pissed him off, basically.
Right.
And I'm just going, the Constitution protects me. And he goes, not really.
Did he say that?
I'd have to go back and watch the video. It's been a few years, but yeah, he threatened me pretty good. And ever since then, I started recording, got him on the record, and then started publishing stuff, and people were interested in what I published. And I just publish what people say, as opposed to, let's say, KUNR that makes up false stories about people based on County Manager Eric Brown's lies to KUNR with Bert Johnson.
Did and you ran for office. I saw you talk about the sample ballot. Was that your first run for office?
Yeah. And I ran simply because I tried to call my assemblyman and he didn't call me back.
Right.
Yeah.
That was
I ran for school board this primary.
First run as well?
First time. Was not my, life's ambition to do that. Our schools are so bad here. I've gone to meetings quite a while. indoor and indoors.
I wanted up there.
Nothing was ever commented on or applied to. We challenged some books back in February. We have yet to have any response from the school board, superintendent.
Did you run the same cycle? This last one?
And you know what else?
I think that's how we met each other.
That's
Oh,
how we
yeah.
met.
Campaigning.
Yep.
Yeah, well, yeah, that and,
Just, yeah, I went to campaign meetings and these meetings and,
Right.
and
So have these meetings, I mean, I know this doesn't happen every day, but like these meetings have been sort of boisterous for a while.
for a few years,
Yeah.
a couple of years now,
Right.
up and down.
But this hasn't happened, right?
Oh, yeah, I was here in June of last year, 2023, and I was gaveled down for reading one of these books that were contested. I was the first one to read it, and the attorney did the same thing, recessed the meeting, and everybody filed out, and I was told I couldn't read that pornographic material here, yet it's in junior high and high schools here. It's their attorneys. It's a matter of common decency, and people, for some reason, don't want to respond to that part. They want to call us names and say we're against certain people in the community, which we're not. I don't hate anybody, I'm a Christian, I love people. They disagree on an individual level, but, I just don't believe children should have actual explicit pornography. I don't care if it's heterosexual or homosexual, I don't care what it is.
And you were reading.
I was reading from one of the books, and I was told I violated Title VII, which I didn't know what that was. I went home and researched it, and Title VII is a workplace harassment. Well, I don't work here, so it was an inappropriate call by the attorney the first time. Then we proceeded to read and gathered down and recessed meetings on and on for over a year now. Nothing changes. So I'm glad that you're here. More spotlight, good or bad.
Well, I wonder what now, like how this, where does this end?
I don't know. This guy, I don't know.
you're aware that in Nevada, the Nevada Supreme Court said that there's no qualified immunity and there's a cause of action now. I don't know if you saw that decision. So we're one of the few states that doesn't have qualified immunity anymore.
Meaning that he can bring this.
He can bring a lawsuit for a cause of damage against anybody that violates his constitutional rights.
And I'm just going to read this NRS to you.
It's about the disrupting the meeting.
0.119, yeah. Commission of Act on public building or area interfering with peaceful conduct of activities. All right, number one, a person shall not commit any act in the public building or on the public grounds surrounding the building which interferes with the peaceful conduct of activities normally carried on in the building or on the grounds. Number two, any person whose conduct is prohibited by subsection 1 who refuses to leave the building or grounds upon request by the proper official is guilty of a misdemeanor. And number three, person who aids, counsels, or abets another to commit an act prohibited by subsection 2 is guilty of a misdemeanor. Number four, for the purpose of this section, proper official means the person or persons designated by the administrative office or board in charge of the building. B, public building means any building owned by, number one, any component of the Nevada system of higher education and used for any purpose related to the system. And number two, state of Nevada or any county, city, school, district, or other political subdivision of the state and used for any public purpose.
He didn't do any of those things.
So from what I've gathered, when your 3 minutes was up, I think you continued to argue with the board.
Well, they cut my mic, so they stole minutes from me. I just wanted the rest of my minutes.
We took about 15 seconds, then he walked away.
He did not. He did not continue.
He didn't continue.
I understand, but they took away the 3 minutes.
He walked away.
Down to based on that arrest, the chair of the committee has designated authority to decide what is being a disturbance, so she does have the right to ask.
She didn't ask me to leave from that incident. She asked me to leave when I was standing here, and that's not a disturbance. I can stand anywhere in this building that I want. And even though she classifies as a disturbance, I have a ton of witnesses here saying I was disturbing nothing. The fact that it bothers her that I'm standing here, not a disturbance.
Okay, so For that arrest, she has the authority to
No, she
determine
does
what a
not.
disturbance is.
What would
She
keep-
does
what
have the
would-
authority to ask you to leave at that point.
What would keep her
Okay.
from just declaring everyone a disturbance and we have
That's
to
right.
leave the room?
Right.
What keeps her from doing
Did you
that?
guys read her, the NRS code 207.190 about coercion, where she threatened to remove me?
Yep, she has the authority.
No,
to
she does
determine
not. She does not have the authority to threaten to remove
No,
you.
with no reason.
what- So, it's gonna,
Regardless, sir, we're gonna ask you to leave for the day, okay? You're welcome to come back to other meetings in the future, but this meeting, right now, we're gonna ask
She
you.
wins, we
you are
lose.
Trespassed from the day
She wins
today,
and people lose.
But you're welcome to come back according to the board to meetings in the future. But for right now, we have to ask you to leave. And you
What
are
was,
trespassed from the
what was the
from building.
response about coercion?
Sir,
Well, wait a second, someone answer me. You guys, I'm the one who called you. You guys are gonna trespass the guy who called
we
you
received a
about a
call
violation.
prior to yours from the board. So we're just asking you to leave for the day, sir. You're welcome to come back to future
Not
meetings,
right.
you and your group.
Not
You're
right.
But for
being the
right now,
judicial branch, you're not.
we're asking you to leave for the day. Will you leave peacefully and not return to this meeting for the day?
And if I don't, what are the consequences?
Unfortunately, if they want you arrested for trespassing, you'll be arrested for trespassing.
The First
But
Amendment.
we're asking you
Okay,
professionally and politely to leave the meeting for the day, sir.
okay, so for all those who are videoing this, I'm going to do this under duress. And while I will comply, it goes against everything that the Constitution and my rights guarantee me.
Amen.
Okay, I wanted that on the record. You guys all have that on the record.
Being recorded.
So,
Code does not require her to end the meeting.
That's right.
Until her part gets checked out. Also, why is he the only one she broke the rule?
she did not get, I'll tell you what did she say? What did she say about giving me my 3 minutes to do a
Gentlemen, we're not going to stand here and
presentation?
argue with this anymore. I'm
Okay.
asking you, man to man, professional to citizen, please leave the building for the day.
Okay.
You're welcome to return to other meetings in the future, per the board, but for right now, we have to ask you to leave.
So if I do that again, and I come up here and stand, that's without saying anything, which I did this time, are you guys gonna come out and arrest me for trespassing again?
I'm not going to speak to that, sir. It's up to the person running the meeting.
Okay.
Okay?
The First
She's a
Amendment of the
tyrant.
Constitution.
Okay, I will, I told you, I will do this under duress. Okay, so it's all on the record. Okay? I need your name and badge number?
Peter, 4663. Simmons, 4419.
and Rothman 4696.
And our guy that's holding back there.
Bales, 3020.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
We will still need to resolve this. You guys will probably be called back again. Thank you.
I got all your stuff right here.
Could I get your name and badge number, sir?
Sure, Sergeant Rosa, 3628.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
DA to turn over the file, all the exculpatory evidence is there.
And sir, could I get your name and badge number, please?
Deputy Medina, 3433.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Be
gentlemen.
safe.
Good job.
Being the typical brown shirts of DSS.
They have better things to do with their time.
Okay. It is 11:01. I will reconvene the Board of County Commissioners meeting.